Hey guys, today we are in Mark chapter 6. We're going to look at verse 52. I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what was going on. But verse 52 says this: they were completely amazed, talking about the disciples. They were completely amazed, for they had not understood about the loaves. Their hearts were hardened. Okay, so what is going on here, and how does that apply to us? Well, first of all, if we get the backstory, so Jesus has just performed this huge miracle. Like, there were over 5,000 people that had come to listen to his teaching. It was getting late. There was no food. These people were hungry. They were tired. They had sat there all day. And so the disciples are coming to him and asking him, to send them away. And Jesus tells the disciples, you go give them something to eat, because he already knows what he's going to do, but he wants to get them to thinking. And so he asks them what they do have. So they find 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. So just a very small little lunch that someone happened to have. But God can take our small and he can multiply that. And that's exactly what he did. He took this small little lunch and Jesus blessed it. He gave thanks for it. And there were 12 basketfuls left over after they fed the 5,000 plus people that were there. So that was a huge miracle that everyone had witnessed, including his closest confidants, his disciples. They had seen this miracle. Okay, so now immediately after that, it's late. He sends them in a boat over to the other side. He's sending them over to the other side of the sea. He's going to go up and pray for a while. And as the evening comes on, the winds kick up and a big storm arises. Okay, so the disciples are in this boat, and the wind and the waves are ferocious. A lot of these are experienced fishermen, but they feel like they're going to capsize. They feel like they're going to lose their lives. And I always like this because it says Jesus saw them straining at the oars. All right, so he was up on this hillside. He's watching this whole thing. He hasn't abandoned them. Just, they're thinking he has, because he had not gone with them, but he hasn't abandoned them. He's sitting up there on the hill. He's watching them through this whole situation. And this is what he does. He goes out to them. No, he doesn't go get a boat and row out to them. He walks on the water. So here's another huge miracle that they are about to witness. They see this figure coming towards them in the wind and the waves, and it's dark, and you can imagine their fears. But they see this figure coming to them on the water. That would be terrifying. But as Jesus starts to pass by, they realize that it is him. And he speaks to them and he says this: take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid. All right. And so sometimes we're going through those storms. Sometimes it is us who are in that boat, if you will. And the storm is around us. The wind is batting us around. We feel like we're going to capsize. And yet God has his eye on us. And he whispers to us ever so softly, take courage, it is I, do not be afraid. All right, but here is the verse for today. They were completely amazed, for they had not understood about the loaves, their hearts were hardened. And this is sad, because they have seen these miracles. They have watched him do these things over and over, and yet it says they didn't understand, and their hearts were hardened. And so I have to apply that to my own life. You need to apply that to your life. Is our hearts hardened towards God? Do we see all these things that he's doing? I mean, we may one day see him work something out that we really thought was impossible, and then we really quickly forget. And then we worry and we stew over the next thing. Our hearts are hardened. We need to keep our focus. We need to keep our eyes on him. We need to realize he is who he is, and he is capable of working and moving in our situations. And so when those storms come, we have to remember that he is good. He sees us. He hasn't abandoned us, and he will work through that. All right? So don't be like the disciples. Don't have a hardened heart. keep your eyes on Christ. He will work things out for you. All right, have a great day.